Ooh, good morning. Good morning. Those were all sounds. They didn't quite make a song, but we'll just say good morning. Welcome to Love Morning. I'm kind of out of the groove, but I am feeling grateful. Whoops. All right, now we know that's working. Good morning. Oh boy, it is January 4th. It is Love Morning. It is Hug Nation. We are having a Love Ambassador meetup. Gearbot is here. Good morning. I am in Solana Beach. The waves are gorgeous, beautiful, pretty good sized waves. I don't see any surfers, which means maybe they are not as good as I think, but there's big spray off the top. I'm grateful that in this moment exactly right now, I'm feeling good. Oh, my laptop's about to run out of power. So this could be a very short broadcast. Good morning, Razorblade. I I am grateful that I know I can feel good, and I'm grateful that my body can heal, and I'm having faith of that. I had a well, let me just open and say, if you got some gratitude, we'd love to hear it. Share what you are grateful for, and yeah, and that would be just beautiful to hear a little bit of what you're feeling grateful for. Yeah, there we go. Good morning, Nicole. Hi, I love you too. Good morning. What a treat. And good morning, Mike. Let's see, can I make this? No, I can't. I'm trying. I'm trying to be live in a few places at once. I'll just say this. I have had a very interesting ending of the year, beginning of the year. Had a pinched nerve. I have a pinched nerve. Nicole says grateful for new love and a healthy body. Yeah. Good morning, Kat. Good morning, Zoe. No, that's not gonna do it. There we go. I Good morning, Natasha. Um, oh, let's see. Natasha says she wanna see the waves. Well, let me see if I can try. I was trying to play with something this morning. Let's see if I can make this work and go boom. There we go. All right. I think this is gonna work. Interesting. There. Okay, can I pull this chat and make it oh, no! No, where's the chat? Alright, well, I'm just I've been in bed for days and days. I got up. I sort of my I think what happened was the anti-inflammatory meds, like, made me feel great for New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. And New Year's Day, I got on my computer all day long and was trying to just super excited and doing stuff, and by the end of the day, the pain started coming back. So I don't know if the if a combination of the anti-inflammatory meds kind of running their course, plus I think I got overconfident and I just started doing stuff and sitting at the computer all day, and I I fucked up. So I am really not doing very well. Um, uh Although, well, right now, I don't right now in this moment, I'm at a manageable level. If I just keep talking, just keep talking, just keep talking. Uh, Good morning, Brandy. Razorblade is grateful for her family. Good morning, Abigail. Brandy's grateful to survive another year. Natasha's grateful for a New Year's visit from her partner. The love tank is full to start this day right. Love it. Good morning, Rachel. Gearbot is grateful for good friends. All right. Well, I apologize if I don't hit all of the comments people are sharing, um, but know that I am so grateful. Kat is grateful for high spirits and a good first week of January. It's gonna be an amazing year. Um, so good morning, Good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm so grateful for Lisa, who has had to do way more of her share of taking care of our stuff in the world. She's been doing dishes this morning as our visit at this location is coming to an end. This is the location, one of the locations that we're going the Love Ambassador Summit is going to happen in a couple days. Actually, 2 weeks, week and a half. So, uh, so I'm looking forward to that. That's actually one of the things that I'm struggling with my mindset is I basically spent 23 and a half hours lying down the last 2 days, 3 days, um, 2 days, I guess. And before that, except for the one day that I was up, I was doing the same thing for, a week. Um, so I'm a little if I start thinking about the future, I get a little panicked. Like, I've got First Saturdays this weekend, and I haven't walked around, you know, without real struggle for weeks. And I've got the Love Ambassador Summit coming up. Now that's 2 weeks away, or a week and a half away, but my mind starts going like, I do not I'm not at my best, and, even coming here right now, I'll be I I have a really hard time showing up when I can't really be there in the way that I like to be. Oh my gosh, I'm having a kind of an insight right now, so thanks for your patience as I'm understanding. Like, it is really hard for me to let people down, and I know more of it is in my head, but, like, it's my fear of letting people down. People don't, like, come to me and say, "Oh, you let me down," or "I was wishing more from you," but even like, it began even, uh, when Asher was visiting, because of my pinched nerve, like, I couldn't pick him up, I couldn't play like I wanted to, I wasn't as present as I wanted to, and the pain was the worst part. I'm not gonna, say it in a but but making it so much worse was the knowledge that I was not being as helpful, not as I could be. My Mac's about to die. Let me grab the cord. So, see that I just, like, ran through the house. Look at me all, "You must be healthy for me. Your energy is making me do better." Okay, so this big concept that I'm thinking about is how like, I would rather just lie down and do nothing than be there and be at 40% of what I could be. And so the same is true here. Like, I haven't been doing gratitude circle because the thought of being there and not being able to be 100% a source of positivity and uplifting everyone is really I really don't like that feeling of being there and not being my best. Like, I guess, like, I could maybe I could go and not host, but this there we go. We're gonna plug you in. There we go. Have some juice, laptop. Woo! Um, so and for coming here live this morning, like, I've been avoiding doing love mornings because I just feel like, especially when the pain is kicking in, I can't be present 100%. It really feels like a 50% or less ability to be there. Same is true with my partner, and I hate that feeling of, like, we do this end of the day gratitudes for each other, and it's such a beautiful experience, but if I'm when the pain is really kicking in and she's saying nice things to me, like, it eats me up to not be able to be there 100% and like, hearing the words, and there's a part of me that's, like, impatient because of the way I'm feeling, and I hate that feeling of not being there. Okay, I've not been looking at chat because I'm all over the place. Good morning, Lisa. The summit is not filled. There are still 2 spots if people wanna join us. I have not been promoting it very much for a lot of reasons. I haven't been on the computer much at all, and you know, I've been over I yeah, but I will probably make a few more posts and let people know that there's 2 more spots for us to meet in this beautiful place. Hey, Ross, good morning. I do have a TENS unit, Brandy. I have not felt that. But see, the problem my understanding of the problem is that, in I need the inflammation around is what needs to calm down, and until the inflammation goes down, there's not much I can do. Um, Hope saying, "Maybe the injury was just a sign that it was time to rest and retreat with self-care." I really was taking that to heart, and in fact, I negotiated with God, which I've never done before. I Before the new year, I was like, "If you make this go away, I will stop my sugar binging." And, uh, and I have been. I haven't had any ice cream well, not take that back. I haven't had a pint of ice cream. I did have some small servings of no sugar added vegan ice cream, um, this last week, and I did have some dried mango slices, but no candy, no binging of sugar. Um, and then again, the pain came back, so I kinda feel like that deal is not binding. For a minute, like, when the pain went away on New Year's, I'm like, "Dude, deal. If I can feel good, no more sugar for me." But then somebody reneged on the deal. Um, Natasha says, "There'd be a 0% chance." Wait, "If there was 0% chance of you, First Saturdays wouldn't exist, so 40% is great." Wait, I'm muted? Is that what happened? Oh, no. Alright. Um, Gearbot says, "Your mind is playing tricks on you. You say you think you could have done more, but in that moment you did." It's true, the mind does play some pretty terrible tricks, and that has been my game plan lately has been, "Don't think." I'm just watching Netflix and lying down and sleeping for the most part, and it's there's so many little battles in my mind that are happening. Like, one is, uh, this is gonna like, this is gonna be forever, or this is gonna be your life from now on, or going through what are the things that you've done in your life that fucking caused this? Maybe I'll come back to that. What stupid choices have you made? What like, "Oh, you robbed Peter to pay Paul, and now it's time to pay the piper. You made your bed, now you gotta lie in it." And then there's thoughts about the past, regret thoughts. There's future fear thoughts of what is life gonna be like. And then there's thoughts of even if you're in pain and can't do anything, you can be using your time better than just doing nothing. Like, plenty of people are in pain and they still dictate the emails or do nice things, or I mean, you can't just give up on life because 'cause you're in pain, and so I'm trying to just let myself be like, "Dude, just nothing, do nothing, think nothing, just be patient, and know that the only thing that is really important right now is time and getting through more time." Um, Delmer says, "Sounds like you've been too hard on yourself. You give what you can give. If people are expecting more, that has nothing to do with you. I think your idea of sharing hosting is a great idea." And I have been sharing hosting because I have not been there, um, and so other people are doing it, but I think maybe I should just say, "Hey, I'm gonna show up, but I don't wanna host for now." Um, yeah, that is a good idea, and I should just communicate it. Um, Kat saying, "Be spontaneous and embrace ambiguity and the unknown." Yeah, that's that's the plan. Uh Lisa said, "We are also here to lift you up, John. That's what gratitude does. You don't have to be on any level of percent." And I think that's also one of my struggles is that, and this is me kinda not taking my own advice and is like, I tell people, like, "You can come to gratitude and you don't have to speak." You can just be there and listen. Um, but sometimes it's hard to go to gratitude if you're not feeling grateful, even though, like, that if you go, you'll probably feel better. And I think be I've been having so much trouble accessing gratitude on deep levels lately that I don't wanna go and then feel like I'm pretending or so I think, this is helpful, and thank you, Lisa. I think that what I will do is maybe try to go to gratitudes and not commit to going the entire time and not commit to hosting, and then, like, I can just pop in and see people and not feel like I have to stay and not feel like I have to keep, um, the positive comments up. Joyous, good morning, says, "Grateful I'm able to see my progress even when I know I still have work to do, and proud of myself for diving deep to blossom into my best me this year." Very beautiful. Jessica says, "Sometimes we're a beacon of light, and sometimes we need to be there for you. We are all here for each other." Thank you, Jessica. Okay, cool. Thank you for the meeting feedback. Um, oh, Ross is just messing with me unintentionally. Good morning, Daniel. Jessica says, "I'm greeting all the chats on YouTube, and I appreciate you all. That's what I'm grateful for today." Abigail says, "Lately, I have been rephrasing the 'I have to' as 'I get to.' Takes a lot of weight off." That is a great one. And I should say right now that I am live on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. Oh, and I guess I'm live on uh, X, former Twitter, as well, in case anybody is there. Hello. Um, so good morning and welcome. I'm giving myself permission for today to not be a massively entertaining broadcast. This is we're just showing up, and maybe this is a chance for me to just reiterate and say uh, the whole point of these Love Morning broadcasts that have happened most days. I used to say daily, but since I have been not doing it daily through this injury, most mornings is one, a chance to share gratitude. So I would love to hear anything that you're feeling grateful for. Two, a reminder for ourselves that we have the ability to choose the kind of person that we want to be. How do we be a love ambassador? How do we be more connecting? How do we be more, um, how do we, what are the ways that we can just say good morning and hello to people? And I think this is a thing that is especially difficult for me right now because oh, I wonder how this angle is showing up on Instagram. It's probably need to do a little like that so that I show up in the middle of the screen. That's probably working better because Instagram crops it. Um, uh, I I have not been the most, powerful love ambassador these times. I'm actually kind of on hiatus from love ambassadorship and just more into self-healing and taking care of myself. But that's okay. I think that's a good thing that we need to acknowledge, like, who can we be today? And sometimes that person is like a super vibrant, massive jolt of fantabulous, uplifting, gifting energy, and sometimes the gifting we have to give is to ourselves. Sometimes our cup is not full enough to share. Sometimes we gotta self-care is the only thing that we can give energy to, and that's okay. So maybe that's my refocus right now is that love ambassadorship, um, requires self-care. Ambassadorship is a full spectrum process of the goal is to be gifting and sharing your inventory of gifts with the world, from attention to skills to resources to lift other people up and then feel the joy as you are being of service and living in purpose in the world. That is the objective. But there is a it doesn't happen automatically and it doesn't happen without work. In the same way that, the goal of being a professional athlete might be sprinting 100 yards to score a touchdown, but there's training and there's practice and sometimes there's injury, and you are still a professional athlete if you are icing your leg and doing physical therapy and getting yourself back to health after an injury. And so I think this is helpful for me to think about, being a love ambassador. You don't lose your job because you need self-care. That is part of the job. Etwal said, "I took a break for a month from being here. I returned a few days ago. I required the deep self-healing. I focused on that." Thank you, Etwal. Beautiful. Good morning, David in Colorado. I have been, not shaving since I've been in pain, and it's starting to become an actual beard, which is one reason why I keep itching my nose because I got itchy whiskers now. Oh, let me do a little touch for myself. If I change the camera angle, what does it look like on Instagram? Oh, it's so slow. I can't tell yet. Hold on. Uh, Brandy's saying, ultimately, that self love is really number one for everything. Yes, indeedy do. And so it's actually, this is good. I am, after this, I have plans. Oh, yeah. Kat says I'm the only one left on Instagram. Thanks, Kat. Instagram definitely makes it a lot harder to do this, and truthfully, maybe I don't know if it's a bad idea to be in multiple places at once. I think you can tell me like, "Hey, it feels alienating for you to be talking to other people and or missing my comments when you talk to somebody else." I'd be totally open to hearing that kind of feedback. Yeah, I can see right now there's only one person on Instagram. Wonder why how curious. Have I not earned your respect, Instagram? Why must you make me work so hard? Uh, I've really been feeling lately that as I notice the way that I've been consuming media, I've been really, looking at reels, and I don't do TikTok, but the short videos on Facebook and Instagram, Well, maybe it is time, not it is time. It's time to acknowledge at least that if I want to be connecting to more people, I need to use the tools that people uh, are using. And so I'm probably, if I start to feel better and get the energy for it, I will probably either creating content specifically for that, or probably more soon is taking clips from these. I think that there are the occasional, like the thing I just said a minute ago about Love Ambassador self-care is, like an athlete. Like, I think that it was like a minute that could have been effective on these mediums where people don't have the patience to sit to hear and don't require the live stuff. Abigail saying, "I joined on Instagram, but missed the interaction on YouTube." That's helpful. See, and this is again, thank you for all this feedback. Because so I've been using Restream right now. So Restream does this thing that's pretty cool where it pulls all the comments to one place. In fact, this is what I should be doing. I should say, um, I can put comments on the screen with this tool, which I think is so cool, which is why one reason I started using it. So, like Ira's saying that today I saw that Facebook prompted me to make a reel with the Facebook prompt. It was super easy. Um, Gerbot pointed out, though, that more should not always be the goal. Quality over quantity is how I choose to live. Totally. That is one of my ongoing, uh, what do I want to do? What and there is, though, it I do feel like in many ways, should I even touch on this? Like, I don't feel like I'm what do I like, I'm not doing what I should do. Like, I feel like by doing when I'm feeling healthy and I'm doing gratitude 3 times a day and I'm doing these live broadcasts and, um, trying to focus on being a love ambassador, like, I feel like I'm I'm doing living my purpose. So the only needs or goals that I that I'm striving for is trying to just connect with more people. It and that is a trap because it's never enough. So, do I make any efforts to connect with more people, or do I just keep doing my thing? Now, what I've found is that when I just do my thing, the audience, I don't like to call you an audience, but the people that I'm connecting with doesn't seem to grow. In fact, it seems to go down. The number of people that view my YouTubes is goes down over the years. The I had a viral hit on Instagram, which brought people in for a little bit. But in general, like, the attendance at gratitude circles over the years does not grow, it slowly goes down. Most things slowly go down because I'm just not doing promotional things, I think. Maybe it's because 'cause I'm out of touch, I don't know, but one would think that the old mentality of you just keep showing up and do good stuff and more people would show up. Again, I'm not attached to that, but what am I to make of that? I mean, I'm at peace with that I'm in integrity and doing what I'm supposed to be doing, and I feel like I am learning lessons, and occasionally I will connect with and I hear that people have connected in beautiful ways, so, n like, I'm not doing anything wrong, not but there is a voice of like, "Well, could you be having more positive impact in the world? Are you afraid of things? Is it fear that's keeping you back?" As long as I'm motivated by love, I'm not motivated by ego. I don't feel like I need a bigger cheering section for me to feel like I have worth, but I also don't want to not be of service to more people from a place of fear. Does that make sense? Um, I do have a I do have a TikTok channel, and occasionally I put stuff up there. It doesn't f I don't really know. I think I probably need to hire someone to just help me play the games and do I don't do any what do they call them, hashtags, and it's alright. This is a philosophical question more than it is a how to. Um, Iris says the numbers might also be slowly going down because all these platforms keep what I call moving the furniture around. So what worked then might be replaced by something new, like the reels, etc. That's actually really true. I was listening to a Facebook friend of mine who is quite popular on TikTok. Um, he is a burner who's now kind of like a anti-burner, uh, and we have very different perspectives. And he's kind of, but anyway, he has a huge audience, and he talks about how you keep having to chain the way to get viral, the way to get the big numbers and shared and is you have to constantly be aware of the way that their algorithm is moving. And so the way you edit, the way you respond to things, the music you use, um, if you use a new, reaction tool, there's all sorts of things that, um, the length, the way you start, the way you like, there's so many different things that, uh, you have to kind of you can't lead, you have to follow trends and be up to them, be very aware of the most recent way that things are working. That was, according to him, and he's consistently making things that get huge traction. Gearbot says, "Don't try to chase the algorithm, be a leader and follow your heart." Well, that's kinda what I'm saying is that, um, I don't know. I don't know. It's I guess it depends on the goal, you know? Um, and I know other people that I see online that are just incredibly, like, they it's a shame that they don't have more reach because they are dialed in spiritual beings uh, but don't have the razzle dazzle algorithm chops. Anyway, I'm great that I have not been in pain this morning. I took 4 Advil before I sat down, and that seems to have been helpful. So maybe this is gonna be a good day. Uh, Luann says, "Could you walk away from all this and still have a wonderful, full life?" Now, that's a great question, and I'm gonna have to get off soon because I realize I'm recording a podcast at 9. I've been at 10. We have a new episode of Stay Sparked going. So thanks for everyone who's been here and sharing and patient with me as I've been so all over the place today. And thanks for the people who've tried to watch on Instagram. Hello, Jolie. Um, so about could you still have a wonderful life? Yes, except I I I when you say walk away from all this, some of this would need to be using my energy in service of others or a significant amount. So it would it, it would be very difficult for me to be indefinitely on the couch. There is a part of my peace that comes from knowing that I am using my energy towards trying to be a love ambassador. So how that is manifest, being a love ambassador, could change, but I couldn't abandon what I believe to be my knowledge of purpose that I think is all of our purpose, which is what is the way that we can be love ambassadors in the world. So if I didn't do anything online, what would it be? You know? I think I could be at peace if I was doing First Saturdays more, and I was doing more live events. Maybe I was speaking to people in person and doing more coaching. I think I could be very happy that way. Um, and, with a solid amount of energy working on my relationship and just being that love ambassador process that we were talking about earlier of, like, self-care, filling the cup, sharing the cup. Now, I don't know how it looks. Right now, it looks with a lot of digital stuff, but without any of love ambassadorship, I don't know how I could live a fulfilled life. That's my answer in this moment. Good question. Ah, good morning, Tall Paul, and anyone who's here that I did not say hello to, my apologies. Thanks for the solid feedback and thoughts and lively conversation. Thanks for all the gratitude and, letting me share this beautiful view with everyone. I am going to do let me just show one more. Look at this, look how pretty it is. Yesterday, it was raining and sunny, and although I didn't see a rainbow, but I love rain over the ocean. It's, like, my favorite. So, before we go off into the world, let's have a hug. So wherever you are in this moment, give ourselves a big squeeze of appreciation for this body in whatever state it's in. And let's be grateful for the healing processes and grateful for all the positive sensations and tastes and smells and being awake to this fertile world. And grateful for the ability to share and listen and have a expanded human experience through this shared celebration and the diffused struggles that we feel in community. Grateful for the safe space of sharing ideas and thoughts and fears and struggles, and grateful for inspiration from one another, from strength from one another, from love from one another. As we take a deep breath in and squeeze. On behalf of Grandpa Caleb and all of you beautiful love ambassadors, whether you be self-caring or spreading good vibes or everywhere in between, thank you for being a part of this love morning and Hug Nation. Have a beautiful day. I love you. Oh, you almost don't like the blurry? I can make it not blurry. Here, I can show you the background without the blur if you'd rather see it. Let's do this. Do, and then I can go just before we go, we'll just give you a little bit of there we go. Now it's not blurry. In fact, let me see if I can do this and go. There we go. Happy New Year. Love ambassadors, unite. See you here hopefully as often as possible. And some of you I will see in Solana Beach, January 13th and 14th. If you want to come join us, still 2 spots. Bye. Enhance. Exactly, Gearbot.